Okay, right, yeah, we're back for episode 2 of Titan's Reach. It's been 2 weeks, and it's going to have to be another 2 weeks after this because of the holiday next week, but let's do a catch-up. I know no one's going to want to volunteer, because...
volunteer.
Yeah, I can do it as well.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I'll go first, because mine's fairly brief. Literally everything that could go wrong went wrong.
Yeah, it did, didn't it? It really did.
That's it. That's all I have to say about the matter.
Yeah.
I think we'll just keep it at that.
Yeah, I mean, so our crew, the crew of the Rust Monster, waited on a ice moon in the system Dyson 8. Get up my notes here. From there, you guys met in the city Tempeton on Enceldia. And there, you waited for your contact, Celeste. When she arrived, she gave you a job, and you discussed it. It was do with her family. Would you like to continue? Describe what the mission was?
Sure, if you want. Essentially, she explained, that her father had been... Well, she believed her father had been murdered for... Her business partner had inherited the company that he owned, and we knew previously that it was willed to his wife, my mum. So I entreated upon the good and honourable Alia to assist me in the matter.
That was true, and the crew travelled into orbit. And there they found the Nautok pleasure barge known as the Astral Destiny. From there, you guys made a plan to dock and just join in and mingle with the party, while quietly and stealthily attempting to find out where the will was on the ship. You met said father's partner known as Kerry Love, the president of the Nautok Energy Company. Here, some shenanigans occurred, especially when you guys attempted to break into the office. However, all I can remember is Tane just continuously going to the toilet. He broke the seal, basically, and was like, that's it, toilet back and forward, toilet back and forward. Eventually culminating...
If you get pissed, you gotta piss.
Yeah, it's true. Well, eventually culminating in some very funny GM intrusions. First things first, Alia was taken away by Kerry Love and locked in a room so that she couldn't interfere. Everest decided to leave after he was noticed by the battle android. Upon leaving...
Wasn't it a normal bouncer? I feel like I ran away from a normal bouncer.
Oh, it might have been a normal bouncer, it's correct. It's been a while. You approached the air hatch, got back in the ship, and then used the shuttle to fly back round into the cargo bay. When you got into the cargo bay, you realised there was a security drone here, and you slowly began to make your way towards the crane, the loading crane in it. The alarms went off as Celeste decided to attempt to hack one of the mainframes here, one of the servers. However, she rolled a 1, and alarms began to go off. From there, she went to exit. The party began to make their way out of the actual main floor, where the battle android cornered Tane. Kerry Love stands opposite in the room, watching over this. And I guess that's where we start this session. Right, I have the initiative all rolled up if you want to go.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not in this, right?
Yeah, you can roll, you can attempt to get out, you can attempt to do stuff.
I did try last time and rolled many a one.
Let me know if you have any skills in initiative.
I do not. I am actually I have an inability.
You have an inability?
Yes.
Well, roll for it, sir, and then we'll negate 3.
Wow.
Well, you rolled a 1 then, right? That's...
I take it that's another intrusion.
No, you didn't actually roll a 1, but because you roll a
okay.
2, and you get a -3 to initiative.
Right.
I can pay 1 intellect to ease my initiative task.
Okay, yeah. You gonna pay an intellect?
How does that work?
Well, I give you +3 initiative.
Oh, is that how it works? Where's the initiative button?
Yeah, if you go to the initiative tracker, you can just click roll. Like you would do in D&D. Right?
It's as if this was a real game.
Yeah, alright, so, Kane.
Yeah, so I said I was trained. Does that matter at all? Oh, you added it, okay.
Yeah, you did. You rolled an 18. You're on 21. You're definitely going first. Yeah, so you look below you, and she goes into a combat stance. And so from what you can see here, ahead of you, Kerry Loaf, the president of the energy company, stands upon, just like maybe over here, if you can see that, 15 meters away.
Yeah.
He's in his suit, he's got the cybernetics on his head, like I described before. But he's got his arms kind of folded and he's watching the battle android do her thing. She's gone low and you see like parts of the energy run through her body. And as she brings her hand up, you see it turning into a blade, like the liquid melts away like something from Terminator 2.
Yep, cool. Well, time to put out the weapons then.
Alright.
So, can I just click that to roll? Yeah. Now I am practiced in this, but not trained. Okay, thanks.
I'm so
No! How is this? How is this happening? How? Oh. And combat is the worst one for it to happen.
Yeah, I know.
So, as you go to bring your pulse small machine gun up and go to shoot, you go, oh fuck! And as you bring it up to try to shoot, she leaps forward and knocks it out of your hand.
All right. Then,
Lands off the edge and over here. I'll draw it in for you.
yeah. Now, how does it work with movement? Because that's been
You can move up to 10 feet if you've taken a major action.
Okay.
Its immediate distance is 10 feet. As an action, you can move 50, and then you can make a run check to run 100. Run checks are funny because you risk a natural 1.
Yeah, I'll just like leap over the barrier.
Yeah, you land there.
Was she in range, by the way?
No, she wasn't.
Okay. But just because GM intrusion.
Yeah, well, I just GM intruded that she moves forward
fine.
and knocks it out your hand. Yeah.
Yep, cool. Oh, that's me then.
Yep. Everest. This drone begins to walk forward, guns lifted up on the edge. It's your turn.
I want to use the crane to slap the machine.
Alright, so I guess this will go with... You've got to activate and manipulate the drain, so we're going to go with intelligence. Do you have any mechanical engineering or anything like that could ease the task?
No.
So difficulty 5, because I'm making it a difficult task.
That's pretty high. What's 5 times 3? That's 15.
Mm-hmm.
But can I action intelligence? I can't, so I'd have to spend 3. Oh, I'm running out of intellect. I'm edging, so I'm gonna make it difficulty 5.
Okay. Wow, it's already difficulty 5, so... Oh, which is... Perfect. That's what you got. Alright, so you begin moving some of the levers around, activate the power button, and you hear all the pneumatics kick in, the power runs through, it begins to whirl into life. You lift up the crane. I'm assuming, like, you're readying this because...
It's not in range, yeah.
Alright, cool. Alright, that's the end of your turn?
That's the end of my turn.
Yeah. Alright, so the battle android looks over to Kerry Loaf, Mr. Loaf, and seems to wait or like meander, and then he nods. Tane, you see it as if he was like deciding whether or not. It's not. It looks like he's not entirely. His mind isn't entirely made up. She leaps down to here and attempts to attack you. Tane, can you make a speed check to try to dodge? She attacks as one step higher than she is, so it's difficulty 6.
Okay, I am trained in speed defense.
So that lowers it to difficulty 5.
Yeah. Okay.
Alright. She leaps forward. The point of the liquid, like almost mercurial dagger that is now her arm cuts across your chest for 4 damage.
Okay, I have 2 armor.
For 2 damage.
Yeah, and that's to speed pool, yeah? Because she's speed defensing.
No, it's to the might pool first.
To mine.
Mhm.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okie dokie.
Alright, this drone, Celeste, moves in 10 feet. You must cease and desist. Aims the guns at you. Okay, that's its turn. This drone in front of you, Everest, leaps off. Moves forward.
And gets craned.
Yeah, and gets craned for 6 damage. Continues to move. It's to there. Celeste.
I'm going to activate my distortion ability
Okay, yep.
and then sling myself around this corner to block line of sight.
Alright, as you do that, you hear the drones and a robotic voice. She is not desisting! Right, Alia, you can hear kind of the alarms going off. You can see the lights flashing. What are you doing?
Sorry, I was on mute. Right, I'm going to try and engineer this doorway, if I can.
Yeah, I mean, this is... You got yourself electrocuted last time you tried.
I know, but I rolled a 1.
You did roll a 1.
Let's
Yeah.
have some optimism. What do I need to do? Roll dice?
Alright, you need to try to unlock the door, which is now an intellect check 6, because it was 5 for 4 and you failed.
No worries. I am
so-
trained. Does that bring it back down?
Trained to... with what?
Engineering in general.
Okay, well, we'll say yes, at 15. Did you want to spend any intellect to lower it again?
I don't got... I do, actually. I'd like to get her out.
You can spend 3 points of intellect to reduce it to level 4.
3 points? Fuck me. Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay, you spend some intellect. Right, now you need to roll. Roll me an intellect check.
Hey!
Oh, luckily you did lower it. 'Cause
Yeah.
that actually affected it. So immediately you begin pulling wires out, and make sure you do not touch the live wire that electrocuted you last time. And immediately figure out how to unlock this door by attaching wires to wires. I have no idea how you would actually do it as a GM, but your character does, and manages to put the wires together in the right order to unlock the door. Alright, that was your action. You can move up to 10 feet if you want.
Nice. I do want...
Obviously, you can
no,
open the door.
the door's open, yeah?
You can open it
Up
now,
to
yeah.
10 feet, did you say?
Well, yeah, 2 squares, like 2.
That's,
I don't know why
Okay.
it's not in feet, but it should be.
yeah. How many meters can I move? 2 squares.
Give me a second.
She's going to go here, I guess. I can't see anything. So she knows that the alarm's going off, right?
Yeah, you can see it and hear it.
Okay. Well, I'll keep going then. Won't say anything just yet. I think she's got more smarts than Chester ever had, so she probably won't yell down the corridor.
There you go. It's all done in feet now.
Sweet.
So yeah, you move forward.
Make the Europeans lament.
Yeah. They've been playing D&D for long enough, haven't they? Right, so round 2. Tane. This thing has just struck you.
Yep. Well, pick up my gun.
Yep. All right. So you pick up the gun.
See if it's still in working order.
She has ruined it. It has the condition ruined. Until fixed, it will not work properly. Hey, I'm not saying it's not going to work. You can try to shoot it. I just said work properly.
Okay. Is there something I can just smack her with it? Is that a thing?
Yeah, you can hit her with it if you want. And it count as a light weapon as well, so you'd get a step higher.
I mean, I have the same with medium weapons. I'm practicing those as well, so it matters.
Yeah, but a pistol whip counts as a light weapon. Does like light weapon damage.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah. Fine. I'll just try and smack her with the end of my my SMG then.
It makes it easier to hit her as well, so only level 4.
Yep, I'll just roll the normal thing and then win.
Right, I'm afraid that's a miss.
Okay, and then since I hear all sorts of things happening to the north, right?
No, actually. Currently wouldn't hear that.
No? Okay. I'll just look at her really annoyed and be like, not cool.
Not cool. Yeah, okay. Right. Anything else, Tane?
Nope.
Alright. Everest, I'm going to give you a GM intrusion. Accept it? Wait, one moment.
Sure, I got an asset if you intrude me, so...
Oh! Who would you like to give the experience to?
Our fearless leader.
Which one is that? Oh, Alia Erich. Okay, you've given it to Alia.
Her name is just so fucking long in the collection compared to everyone else's name.
That is just...
Right. Does that auto go on, Liam? It does auto
Yeah,
go on.
auto goes on. So, Everest, you're like moving the crane and you go to move it, and as you do, it malfunctions. And as the crane malfunctions, it falls and kind of like slides towards you, and you just have no way of defeating the security drone. However, it is your turn.
I take out my shotgun.
Okay.
Which is a way to defeat the security drone.
Mm-hmm.
This is the shotgun.
Yeah.
And I move in and I shoot my shotgun. At the
Roll a speed check. Using...
And it is eased because of my ability. That gives me an asset to a task whenever an intrusion is triggered.
Yep, it's true. So difficulty 3.
Oh, so much for that.
Well, you could use the XP you just got to re-roll it. But alright,
No,
so
I feel like I can take this on.
yeah, poof, you blast away, and it's just like something just in the altered gravity of being in the cargo room. That just miss, and it goes wide, skids up the side of the wall. All right, the battle android looks back again. Tane, you see it look towards Kerry Loave again. He nods, and then it turns back to you. Takes a step back, brings its hand back, and you see it's no longer this mercurial dagger. And as it brings its hand back, you see there's blue energy forming between its fingertips. And it begins moving in the hands and forming some sort of kind of illusionary barrier. And as it forms it round itself, you see it's formed some... Well, you haven't seen it... You've seen it frequently, but not like all the time. But he's cast a spell, basically. Used magic. That's its turn. This drone with Celeste moves in. Moves there. Can see you, but I will give you a defensive asset as your cover. It will take a shot. So,
Okay.
level 4 reduced to level 3 because of the defensive asset from being in cover.
Yep. I'm trained,
So level 2.
and I have an asset from my distortion.
Level 1. So you need to roll to, like, you know, above a 3.
Watch me steal on that one.
Oh, no! Yeah. So, first thing that happens is it brings up its gun, its right gun, and it fires something. It's like a bracelet or like a necklace, you can't quite tell. And it just misses you, and then you see the left arm of its thing clenched down, and lightning or some sort of electric travel up it, as it then retracts back to its gun arm.
It tried to taser me, basically.
The BDSM tase. Right, the other drone isn't messing around with the rest. Moves in. Everest, can you make a speed defense? Level 4?
I can make a speed defense. What did armor do again? If I'm
It reduces the damage that you take.
No, but it also has like a downside, doesn't it?
Yes. Anytime you spend speed, costs an additional point.
Oh, okay.
It's like spend speed to dodge and things. Alright, so...
Oh, well, I'm not defending against this.
Alright, so you are hit and you take 4 damage.
I take 2 damage because I'm wearing medium armor.
Yep, to your might pool, and then I need you to make a might check to resist stun. Okay, you resist the stun, that's fine. So what happens is this thing shoots towards you, wraps around your upper arm, tightens, and you feel this shock of electric run through you. Celeste.
I'm gonna move, use my far leap ability, and launch myself out of this room, basically.
Okay.
Shut that door. Alia! A little help down here.
Oh, has something gone wrong?
Very. There's a droid. I'll leave it at that as I just kind of try and move around the corner a bit.
Yep, Alia, it's your turn.
Where seems to be the problem?
In here.
Is that the door you just emerged from, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. How far is my movement speed in this game, Lee?
You can move up as an action. As your action, you can move up to 50 feet.
Okay. But then I can't like shoot or anything, right?
Nope.
That's poop.
It's the combat is a little bit more methodical and slower than D&D.
10 feet if you want to do something.
Right. Well, I'm gonna have to come here anyway. Can't see anything down there. She's gonna position herself here. So next round, if I wanted to go and shoot through that door, I'd have to go 10 feet to here, which is okay, but then I'd have to open it, which would then mean I couldn't shoot.
No, you could open the door just fine.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, minor actions like opening doors you can do once around no matter what. It's still fine.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fine. I will end my turn there.
Yeah. I guess it's...
I will pull out Terrence, though.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Alright, Tane, it's your go.
I'll look over and see what the situation. She's put up a barrier, right? So she's still trying to.
Yeah, she's put like a. It looked like. I don't know how to describe it. It's like if you've watched any sci-fi where they create like a sci-fi, like where they create like a force field with their fingers. You see those points on the end that look like digital thumbprints. Create one of those, and she seems to have walked into it, and it's become like a second skin over.
Mm-hmm. And what's he doing over there? Is he still just watching?
Yeah, he's watching with like interest peaked. You see that look in his eyes of the glitter of entertainment passed across his face.
I'll just shrug at her and be like, eh. And I'll go north. So I know that's where the rest went.
Mm-hmm.
So you said as an action I can move 50 feet, right?
Yeah, well, yeah, as an action you can move 50 feet without a problem, but you can move up to 100 with a speed check.
Okay. Yeah, let's go for the 100.
Alright, make a speed check difficulty 2. Yeah, you're fine. You can move up to 100 feet.
Okay.
Obviously, the difficulty of running increases depending on the environment.
Yeah, I imagine I'm running through thick and tangled or...
And, like, you wouldn't get much against you on the ship here. Like, if you fell over, you fell over, right? That'd be the end of your turn. But if, say, you were, like, running over ice and you rolled a natural, like, 1 or failed, you might fall through.
Might actually get to where I want to go.
You might fall through or, like, skid off, like, 200 feet.
Yeah, so I'll run in here and open the door on my way through.
Yep.
And 50 left. 1, 2. Right over here. Hi. My gun's not working.
Oh,
That's my turn.
there's John's in here.
If your gun's not working, try cleaning out the deep shaft with a piece of lint. Sorry.
Right, Everest, it's your turn.
I zap it.
Zap it with
I
what?
gather electricity in my mustache
No.
and touch it and then zap it.
What's this?
I don't zap it.
You've actually got an ability called Zap.
Yeah, I have an ability called zap,
That's amazing.
but I missed.
Yeah, you missed. So as you fling electric towards it, it makes a buzzing sound.
That is a shame because that cost me 2 intellect points. I end my turn.
Right?
Actually, I run and hide on the other side of the crane.
Yeah, that's fine. The android runs up the stairs. From behind the door slash you hear, "Aww, do not have posable thumbs."
Brilliant.
I'll do it.
Love it.
This thing rolls over towards Everest over here. Attempts to shoot him again. Everest, can you make a speed defense?
I can.
Difficulty 4.
Because I've depleted my intellect pool, my might pool is running low. Speed defense.
Oof.
Nope.
Yep, you hit for 4 damage, reduced to 2.
Okay.
And then I need you to make a might check.
Oh, Jesus.
Alright. You feel the electric course through you, and you fall to the ground.
Great.
Celeste, it's your turn.
Caution sign to the left.
Yep.
Through the door, does it seem like it's an airlock or another room or...
You're not sure. You can't see through the door.
Okay.
Unless you've got an ability that allows you to do so.
I could scan, but I think that's an action. It's an action, yeah. I can see through the one on the right-hand side.
Yeah, you can see currently...
What's that?
It looks like some sort of stark kind of white room with what you can see is like a table with a glowing crystal on it.
Okay, but that door's open. The caution doesn't seem like it's a caution, as in this is the void of space.
No, it doesn't. Yeah, no, definitely not. This is the void of space.
Then I'm going to head here and open the door.
Alright, so what you see is some sort of mess hall.
And anyone in there?
Empty. In the south part of the room, you see a huge tank. And on that tank, you do see another caution sign.
Okay, I'm just going to go into here. Shut the door behind me.
Okay. Arleo, it's your turn.
Actually, seeing as speed is pretty easy on this surface, I just want to move a little bit more if possible.
Yeah, sure.
So I'll run.
Yeah, perfect.
I do hate using this thing. Aiming me in anger is inadvisable. If you're unsure on whether you can shoot or not, check the AI Rights Handbook.
So you moved over here and then opened the door, right?
No, I fired at this guy down here. I presume he's
Oh,
gonna
the
do that.
android. Yeah. You
Yeah.
turn and fire at her and she, like, parries it away.
parries it.
Yep.
You are using me inefficiently.
Yeah, you needed difficulty 5 there to actually hit her.
Filth.
Alright. You can move up to 10 feet if you wish.
Yep, gonna move in. All yours.
Tane.
Is there anything I can do to fix the gun? Like, is it just a glitch or is it just damaged?
Yeah, it's just physical damage. You're going to take a
Okay,
little bit
well,
of
that's
repair. I said you can try and fire it.
Yeah. But you know what might happen? It might explode on the next one I roll. Okay. I think what I want to do is just get over here. Well, actually, no, I'll just stay over here. I'll just brace to prevent her from chasing after the others without being hostile, if that makes sense. Like, she wasn't hostile to me, she wasn't attacking anymore after casting the spell, so I'm going to see what she's going to do.
Okay. Alright.
So if she tries to follow after the others, I'll just try and, like, grapple.
Yeah, no problem.
Really excuse me.
Yeah, she moves forward cautiously. And then you hear a voice behind her. Doesn't have to end this way. You just lay down your arms. We can talk this through. And the android's kind of like standing there with a mercurial pointed arm, and behind, like climbing up the stairs is very loath.
Yeah. I'll like lower my. I'm not going to drop my weapon.
No,
I'm not crazy, but I'll lower it to be non-threatening.
All right. Everest in the drone. Drags you along the ground, out of the warehouse. The cargo
Do I not
bay.
get an anti-stun check?
You do. Not yet. Celeste.
Let's start going through this wall here.
What? Back into the server room.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Alia.
I'll also, on the comms, because we have comms, right?
Yeah.
Just ask Alia, if possible, open that door that we were at.
Sure. Just swings a hand out, opens it, I guess.
Yeah. So you did hear the man talk, Alia. You did hear him say, you know, lay down your arms. We this out.
Are we doing that? Is that the general consensus?
You can see that Tane's lowered his weapon. He hasn't dropped his, but he's lowered it.
Right. Put my weapon down as well, I guess.
Okay. You, as you do open that door, though, one of the drone that always couldn't open the door just goes, "Thank you."
Oh, you're welcome.
He aims his guns at you.
Assessment on your personality. You're all pussies.
Tane.
Yeah, I'll just wait.
Okay. Everest, you open your eyes.
Okay.
It is your turn.
Oh, I do get a turn. Okay, great.
Yeah, you get stunned for 1 round, and then it can try to do it again.
I'm back to shotgunning. Aha!
That's a hit. How much damage does it do?
It says 4.
Alright. Yeah, so you go poof, blow it to smithereens.
And then I hide behind this wall.
Okay. From where you are, Tane, you see Mr. Loathe turn around and look back from where he was and close the door. Like, he doesn't want Everest like shooting him in the back with a shotgun.
Fair.
Because-
Also fair. They destroyed my weapon. Everyone's destroying their weapon.
Mm-hmm. The battle android moves over to Mr. Loathe, casts the same spell over him. The layer of kind of like, it's hard to describe the colour, but do you remember those? I don't know if the other guys will, but Rocket and Todd might. Remember those mints you used to get that were like wafer thin? That kind of mint blue colour. It's like that surrounds them.
Typical force field color, basically.
Yeah, I can't describe. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, I'm even expecting like the polygons in there to indicate.
Give you a health bar. Anyway, he stops and he says, if you and your friends stop what you're doing, we can talk this through.
You mean space? Stop what we're doing.
This drone aims at Alia. Celeste, how long does it take you to go through?
This is the round I'll come through.
Alright, yep, so you go through.
If you can do it for me to save hassle. And I'm just going to stealth behind this server just to make sure that I'm not seen here. Because theoretically, people should not look for me in here. If that's doable, can I stealth?
Yeah, you can. Ooh. Okay.
I am trained in stealth.
Yeah, so you're hidden from the drone. Cool.
Cool. I guess that's my action to stealth, or not, I don't know.
It is.
Alright, that's me for this turn then.
Alia, you hear Mr. Kerry Loaf begin again. Please, I do not want to have to call Tempotron's police force. That will not end good for any of us, especially when we can have a mutual beneficial deal.
Defend yourself. Do you know what they do to guns that look like me in armories or impounds?
Can I hear this?
No, from where you are, you can't hear it.
No need for that, sir. Where is he?
I don't have a token for him. I literally described a person I'll never be able to find art for. So,
Fair enough.
like I said, like cybernetics running through one side of his bald head, and a very kind of pointy nose, very slim and tall, overly tall. I can't get a token for him, but he's behind the android. So if you want to stop fighting, we can end combat and continue with socialness.
Yeah.
Okay.
Please, sir, we're here for a noble cause. I'm sure you'll understand if we just talk it out. Perhaps we should have started that way.
Perhaps. I mean, my drones did pick up on all of you being suspicious.
Yes, your security is expert. I'd like to compliment you on it.
And it seems you guys have completely failed in whatever you were doing.
Well, yes, there is that, but you see, I'm learning, you see, to, what is it we're doing exactly? Ah, yes, we're assisting a friend. There's something on board I think you might have, useless to you, of course, but exceptionally valuable to us or a friend of mine.
Useless to me on this ship. What would that be?
The piece of paper, actually, or perhaps a digital archive, a will of sorts.
You see his folded arms release, and he puts one hand to his chin, strokes it. Oh dear. Another attempt by him, isn't it?
Who's him, sir? I'm afraid I'm at a disadvantage.
Who do you think you're here for? You're after the wheel, aren't you? My goddamned brother. He stomps from side to side. Look, you've been wrapped in some childhood game me and my brother like to play with one another. Well, I say game, but his is more deadly. Poor soul. I love him to bits, but he seems to have it in his megalomaniac head that he should own the company. 100%. You've been told to come here and collect the wheel, haven't you?
Yes, but not for your brother. Where is Celeste?
Celeste will go up to you. So Celestia, you think you're hidden.
Mm-hmm.
You can hear some like conversation outside, and you do hear this conversation beginning to reach that point.
Yeah, it's not ideal scenario, but got a job to do, so I'm going to try and work on it. At least the alarms going off will keep some noise down.
Yes, so this is a difficulty 6 check. You've got all stealth-related tasks reduced down to 5.
I'm going to spend effort as well. Intellect, I assume.
Yes, it would be.
It's difficulty 4, is it?
It would be difficulty 4 after that. Nice.
Hey!
So immediately, slide down onto the ground underneath, pull out one wire, breaking any other further alarms. This is all very smooth, like it's some sort of dance to you. Just immediately back up. You've got a screwdriver from your toolkit in your hand, up, under, lift the panel up, immediately plug in the device you have, and lift up a portable keyboard, pulls out, begin typing, and immediately begin downloading the will. It's going to take 10 seconds at most.
Okay, I will wait.
Anyway,
It's like very awkward where it finishes 90% of the bar like immediately, and then it's just stuck there for 90
Yeah.
Yeah, the time starts going up and up and up, and it gets to like 1 year, 7 days, and you're like, oh, for fuck's sake, Microsoft.
Everest, what are you doing at the other end of the dance hall?
Does this also look like an airlock door?
It does, yeah.
I shimmy closer
Alright.
in like a stealthy fashion.
And you do end up hearing the voices begin speaking. So Alia and Tane, he begins to speak. Look, I'm going to explain to you what this is. You've been duped into a heist, into a job. Oh, the money's real. But you don't understand that my brother wants me gone. Dead.
Hey, wait. Stop for a second. Look, I'm not here for money. I'm here to help a friend. And no offense, but I don't know. Your brother hasn't undergone like an operation recently, has he?
A friend. Where is this friend, by the way?
I don't know. Celeste, it's all good. We're friends now. We're talking it out. Just come out. I'm sure he'll hand it over. I don't think he's on about the will you mean.
You mean we could be being paid money?
Oh. Excuse me, that's my pilot. Allow me to introduce myself. You seem like a truly friendly man. My name is... hang on, let me just read it off of this piece of paper that I have in my pocket because I can't remember, it's too long. My name is Alia Aratrea Isabo Onkril. Nice to meet you. An absolute pleasure. This is Tane. He's part of my crew. And the gentleman down there is... I forget. Our friend Celeste is here, but I think she must be caught up. We really must find her. She's probably locked in death rows with one of your androids.
Look, Yes. He just seems to be fed up. Whoever is in there, you can come out, and he's talking to Everest.
You will never take me alive! I can't go back to prison!
He's dramatic.
Shakes his
I
head.
can't remember. What was the story that Mike gave us? It was something about a father, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a very sad sub-story that clearly...
This guy killed my father, and he had changed the will from my mother inheriting to him inheriting.
Okay, so a little bit out of context here then.
Yeah, he just kind of stares at you and he says, I do believe your friend would be currently making a grand mistake. My brother is the vice president of Nowtalk Energy Company. I am the president. I own it all. And if you want to stop what you're doing right now, I may have bigger, better opportunities for you and your crew. He may be paying you a pittance, but ally with me of what you are doing, and you will have bigger rewards than my brother could ever give any of you.
Look, I'm really confused. I'm sorry. I've only just met you, and I really trust Celeste. Like, I feel like we were really had a quite strong vibe, and she said the will was something completely different. So, either we're talking about different wills, little misunderstanding, we can all be friends, or we're talking about the same will and you're lying. And trust me, sometimes this gun goes off and I don't even need to pull the trigger. It's true. I'm premature.
Look, Alia, I'm just listening from a distance. And Celeste is really hot, so I'm inclined to trust her. But that guy wants to give us money.
Well, I want you to work for it, but...
Wait. Isn't this some sort of we don't shoot you now deal and then you give us money, so we just leave?
Please. I'd flush you out into the void of space if I wanted you dead.
I feel like he would have just done that already.
Shakes his head from side to side. There is no point losing an asset. They can be of use. I'm sure you'll understand that.
Have you ever thought of having like an on-call arbiter in here or something, or a mediator? Work out that the will's yours, and then we're all good legally, right?
Oh, darling, we don't do it Imperial way, and you know that.
Can we sit down somewhere instead of shouting through the corridor?
Follow me. And he does kind of try to lead you to that side room on the right, the one with the table. Meanwhile, Celeste, diggly donk, downloaded. You quickly open the file with forefinger and thumb to open it up. Quickly do a big scan, turn it, flick through the pages. Yeah, this is the will. Close it. Got it.
Okay. I mean, I am intrigued by more money, obviously, so...
You can hear this all happening.
Oh, you might want to fix your door.
Yes. Although, I do wish to say, grand display out there. I mean, I watched you do your thing, and I almost thought you, and he points towards Tane, were going to climb into the toilets, into the vents, and get into my office. I really thought you'd do it, but you didn't. And you went in there like 5, 6... Oh!
Speaking of which, do you mind if I go grab a drink? I left it back there.
Help yourself.
I'll just rough to grab the drink that I didn't finish before, and then wandering back a minute later.
Yeah, so he does sit
this is going on before I decide to come out. Can I have it set up so that this can be sent to what's his face if I decide to, if that makes sense?
You want to make the will could be sent to him.
Yeah, like
if the will could be sent to
switch kind of thing.
So if you are to perish, Hugh Loaf would get the will. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah, you can easily do that.
Okay, and then I'll start to make my way up. I can hear him walking down to that room down the end.
Yeah, and
While we wait, would you like to hear a joke?
silence.
Sorry. If you don't answer him, he will go away.
Tell me.
Oh. How do you organize an astronomer's party? You plan it. Ha, ha, ha.
So it's one of those. It's one of those antique jokes.
Thought you'd have to make the stars align.
I should have brought the other one, but trust me, that would have almost been worse.
Okay, so he does sit at the head of the table.
Slide out in front of these bots and wander down the corridor.
Yeah, she does look at you as you walk past the android. And
Celeste!
You all going in the room?
Celeste, we're in here. This gentleman, I think he's confused. You could clear it up for me, right?
I'll just kind of ignore Elia, turn to the guy, and I'm like, I'm listening. You have work?
I do. Take a seat.
I'll make a kind of display of the data pad or whatever, and Just so he's kind of like aware that I have something.
He nods. You see this, and his hand gestures towards the crystal, center of the table.
I see.
It's an arc
It's a bit
crystal.
tacky.
Is that so? Tacky.
Yeah, I could take it off your hands.
Well, to be fair, it is an ornament. I had it made that way. It could be used to power an arc gate, or to power a arc drive, allowing ships to travel almost instantaneously across Titan's Reach. Now
That sounds spurious. No one has that technology.
Well, we have made a trade deal with the Imperials. And the reason why your crew piqued my curiosity is you, Alia. Member of the Onkrul House, no doubt, waltz into my party on the eve we celebrate the great trade union between Dyson 8 and the Imperial houses.
Is that such a rare occurrence?
Well, yes and no. You also seem like the type of crew that wouldn't mind doing something under the stratosphere, so to speak. No?
Sure.
I have a cargo. We move from one side of Titan to the other. Now, we can't use an arc drive to transport it. Arc gates are safe, but arc drives will cause said cargo to be destroyed. Would you be willing to transport said cargo from here, Seldia, to Thea?
It's the catch.
There is no catch. Upon delivery to Thea, you will receive your credits.
And Celeste's father's will, right?
I would like Celeste, if she is to accept this, to explain to Alia what is going on. I feel like she's confused.
Look, I'll do it for Alia. The walking tits lie to you. That's not her will.
Obviously, money will be forthcoming the moment you reach fee, and you may get it in any credits you wish. I will give it to you in credits, or the UGC, or the salt. It depends entirely on you. Maybe we split it 3 ways. But the money I am offering is 250,000 corpo credits.
Is that a lot?
Is this good? Oh yeah, it's like,
Yes, 250,000 corpo credits is like the cost of a ship.
To be fair, Alia actually asks in game as well. She doesn't know. Is that a lot?
You say yes, and then you shake his hand, and then we do this.
Wait.
Um,
Before we agree to this, is this one of those, criminal deals where we deliver the thing and then they are like, oh, thank you for delivering this, and then they shoot us in the face?
No, they shouldn't shoot you in the face.
Wait, whoa. Look, no offense, sir. I've just met you, but we won't be doing anything, against the law here, will we?
Alia, we just broke into a ship.
No, that was for a noble cause. This is slightly different. This is obviously a transport thing, all above board, and all approved, correct?
of
Well,
course,
if you've-
it is just a cargo ship, you know? We will just be transporting like a courier.
If you
Okay,
really
great.
think about this,
Look.
these guys are criminals, and they're gonna give us money for doing this. So we are taking money off of criminals, which is a
Look.
good thing.
Whoa, I don't think... Oh. Okay, firstly, he points to Celeste. She points to Celeste, sorry. Me and you are going to have a very serious disciplinary when we get back on the ship. Stern, verbal, unofficial, soft warning, I think, is needed for that first lie. And secondly, yes, I think you're right. Taking money from unsolicited companies for an important cause that's above board and non-criminal and legal, I think would be for the best.
I am sorry that I lied to you, but, it was a game, as Mr. Lowe said. And it's no fun if you know the surprise of the game beforehand. And we are friends, aren't we? So I wanted you to have fun.
Yeah, actually, it was quite fun. Thank you. We can move the disciplinary back, I guess. Consider yourself
Thank you.
reinstated with full rights and honours.
That's so kind of you. You're a good friend.
And you, sir, seem like an upstanding citizen. Consider our crew on board. Tane, I presume you're in.
Oh, yeah.
Harry Love looks happy. He immediately smiles, and then the android folds her arms behind. Of course, without credits, corpo credits, perhaps USG, you aren't going to make it very far. Bribes, money for supplies, things of the like. So, 20% upfront? Bearing in mind that I have allies in the Pella conglomerate, and immediately, Celeste would know, you don't mess with the Pella conglomerate. You can't run from that conglomerate. They have hands and fingers in every pie. You would be running for the rest of your life, always looking over your shoulder if you were to fuck that up. He says, the money will come from their bank, so please do not mess with me. Are we agreement here?
Captain?
Negotiating.
All seems great to me.
Alright, so immediately he brings...
Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I just looked at the map and thought it said Queen's Wank on there.
The Queen's wink. Stop
That was
it!
incredible. I saw that as well, and I smelt a plant immediately.
I smell a plant immediately! Oh, I hate you. There you go. I've put it on the stream. The Queen's wink. Wink! Look!
Please rename it.
No! It's a dying star! I know what it's called! It's the Queen's winking out! Not wanking out!
Oh, the Queen's probably not wanking so much these
Although,
days, so-
I guess if it is a supernova eventually, it would be kind of like the end of a wank. But for a star.
There
There you go. Now, I hope that doesn't happen to the brothers then, because that's gross.
Oh, this is my setting, guys. Please.
Yep, I would say something else, but I'm not gonna. Nope. I'll restrain.
Do you have any questions?
Should you fix
What
my
are we
gun?
taking?
I can fix your gun, and the cargo's not to be opened.
Is there
Of
like
course.
a super secure lock on it that'll tell you if we open it?
The game just laughs.
He just blinks in shock.
I guess what's more important to know, any special treatment we need for the cargo, bumping it around, it's going to cause it to explode, including our ship or whatever,
Or just part of the ship, if just the cargo bay explodes, we'd need to know that, but that might be a sacrifice we're willing to make.
No. Cargo will be within its own container.
Does it explode if it gets exposed to air? Any exploding situations?
No exploding situations. I've already said that it just can't travel via arc drive.
Would it explode if it traveled via arc drive?
Do not use an arc drive with this on board.
Have you seen our ship? We don't have an arc drive.
Oh, obviously. He looks kind of like out the window to the south. I see the rust monster.
I just
Aptly
want to know if
named. Aptly named.
I just want to know if it would explode.
We could have had an arc drive.
But we could have had an arc drive.
Could have.
Did you have a choice between this ship and another one with an arc drive?
No, don't judge a book by its cover. Don't judge the Queen by a wank.
Can we... Just one more thing. Can we rate your alcohol cabinet before we leave?
Very low for them because its size. It says, I am about to gift you 50,000 corpo credits.
Yeah, but
That's
it might be a. It's at least like a day's travel before we get.
it's
you know,
12,500 credits each.
That's a lot of money.
It is a lot of money.
So I can't just take a keg of beer.
No, but I will like something as assurance before you leave. Turns to Celeste.
And that would be?
Oh, come on, dear. I'm not stupid. Give it back.
Oh, no, this is my insurance, you see. You know, the aforementioned shooting in the face when we get there. I would like to avoid that. So this will be my insurance.
Alright, can you make a intelligence check? Equation. 6. You have anything?
Oh, my character's not on this sheet. Hold on.
Oh yeah, you do have sexy persuasion skills, don't you? Or something like that?
Yeah, seduction and stuff like that.
Yeah. So
And I will,
Sexy.
I'll effort it as well.
Alright.
Balls.
No will, no job. You have my word. You will meet my contact in Bastholme, and then from there you will receive further instruction. You will have to take the Arc Gates. It is going to be some time before you get there.
Let him have the beer, and it's okay.
Sorry, I just saw that Alex put, did you just call it seduction, sexy, persuasive skills? Yes, I did. Oh, and Dyson 8 is not the place where all the Hoovers are made.
Yeah.
I didn't want to say it before, but yeah.
It's
We
the
got the right factory
eighth
for
This
bulbs,
place really sucks.
It's the 8th Dyson sphere that they own, that's all.
and they ship them all over to the dust plains.
You leave my campaign alone. Sorry, Rocket, you said something about beer? What?
It was just a kind of side comment after the failed roll of a halfway house. Let him have the beer, and it's okay. As in regards to the will.
So that's you're going to hand it over.
Yeah.
He
If he
nods?
gets the beer.
Yeah.
Yeah. I make a point of showing the tablet and like deleting the copy or whatever.
Yep. I feel like this is going to be the start of a grand relationship. Me, you, I've always wanted my own little band of mercenaries. It's going to be such fun.
You could be best man at my wedding.
Legal couriers. I prefer the term, thank you.
Warriors, of course. Now, Alia, me and you, we should really talk about Terra Prima and your. In some
Oh,
time
what would you
since
like
I've
to
been-
know?
No, we should just have a conversation sometime. Maybe after you've completed. Are you all willing to stay around for some hours while I load the cargo onto your ship?
Oh yes, I'm sure that would be fine. We could actually enjoy the party as opposed to,
No,
trying to ruin it.
those balls are gone. But help yourself to the booze while you wait.
Yes.
And he stands by the window with his arms behind his back and he says, your ship is the perfect mix. Rust bucket, inconspicuous cargo. Perfect. Oh, by the way, I wouldn't use any of that money to spruce up the ship. She's perfect the way she is. Anyway, for this job. Maybe after you arrive at the theatre, get a paint job or something on the return trip. Now, best stay hidden.
Mhm.
He nods. Right, so we're going to go ahead and take a 5-minute, 10-minute break over here, and then we'll come back with the second part of episode 2.
The wet shit.
Oh god, that's the first thing that was on. That's the first thing that was said the moment I unmuted the stream.
I wish it was a wet
Wasn't planned
shit.
or anything.
I didn't even get to take a shit. It was just air.
Brilliant. Anyway, so you guys continue eating and drinking inside the Astral Destiny. When after a few hours, he does return, Kerry, and he begins to explain the cargo is placed. You've put it. You have put it in your hangar bay.
Do you think that because we had space, we shouldn't be calling it cargo, but spaceship go?
Ah!
There's silence. Now, I'm gonna have to push upon you the importance that you do not mess with said cargo. I'm trusting
it's
you.
understood. We won't look.
Okay. He nods. Well, good luck. And immediately he begins wiring you over 12,500 corpo credits.
Is this a lot?
It's an adequate amount.
Thank you, sir, for your kind business and gesture of good faith.
Nods. I hope to hear from you once the job's complete. If you do need to contact me, hand you over an artifact. It's
What's that?
the way it looks currently is a piece of crystal. He says all you need to do is tap into it, holds it round, and shows you how to do it. There is a small button that seems to almost be hidden among the surface of this crystal. The moment he presses it, it floats. He takes a step back, and a sphere is projected out. From there, you can see communication console. I am the only one programmed in. It is an instantaneous communication light console.
Right you are, thank you. Might be good if you hold on to this. Did you pass it to Celeste?
Anyway, Captain.
So, shall we on? What's the quickest way to the nearest arc drive? Oh, sorry. I almost forgot. Onward?
No, you're not.
Don't worry, she won't be anywhere close to driving the ship.
That is
Admiral
true.
says in the background as he's carrying a bunch of bottles of vodka onto the ship.
Yeah, as you're leaving, he does kind of walk over and goes, "Don't forget this." Plants like a magnum bottle of like champagne on top of the pile. He says, "I'm sure you'll enjoy this on your journey."
Oh man, you really will be the best man at my wedding one day.
Anyway,
Wedding optimistic.
yeah, I guess that's true. The gem is just basically a Discord version 10,000. Ah, similar. Okay, so
Chat.
the crew moves back to the Rust Monster.
Yeah, on the way through, Celeste hands Tane a credit chip with 1,000 credits on it. Sorry, you got shot.
What?
She walks on.
Wait.
Huh? What?
Before we go, it's time for a team debrief. Good first mission. Everest, you're back where you belong, behind the controls. Don't drink too much of that because we've got a lot of bendy parts of space ahead. Tane, good work. Could have been more lethal, but I appreciate everything you did, thank you. And Celeste, well, I think our friendship's going to go up and up. Good first mission, level 1, well done.
Don't worry about the boost. There's very few things in space you can actually crash into.
We just have to watch that I'm sober once I land.
Okay. Watch out for, I guess, red lights and police cars. I mean, police yips. Let's go.
As we walk now, I'll catch up with Swin. What do you mean I got shot?
Oh, I thought. Oh. No, it looks like your gun took the brunt of the damage.
I mean, she punched me with the blade thing, but,
You know, I just felt bad because I took you on, like a wild goose chase a bit.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know how long you've been stringing the captain along, but I felt bad for you guys at least.
Oh, I mean, I was just happy to get out of there, so... But hey, thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome. I mean, I'd like to take it back now, but I guess it's done. Cheers.
Yep.
Yeah, she just kind of smiles and walks off.
Mm-hmm. Alright, so the party, for the first time since we began, has been given free reign. This crew can do what they want currently. You have one goal, really? Oh, before you left, sorry, you were given the name of the contact in Bastholme. You were looking for a contact called Andrea Maffort.
Love it. It's like in a video game where you get access to the world map for the first time. Let's go
A
straight to
couple
the
of things.
optional last game bosses.
Oh, this is where we have to save, because if we want to make, start a
sir.
new game, we'd have to do the tutorial over and over again otherwise.
You had a
It's like
question.
saving
Rob?
after the wagon and
I
Skyrim.
do, yeah, a couple of them. When I did all this loading, were any of us present, or...
You could watch it from the ship out the window. It was like they had 3 or 4 crane shuttles were loading it into the hangar bay, but it looked to you like just a steel grey box. But they did come back out with the box, so you think they may have unloaded something into the hangar bay. If you want to go down?
It was more just... Did they just rig some explosives and as soon as we leave, it'll blow up? I mean, I know that's unlikely to happen because it'll be a very boring end to session 2, but that's what my character will be thinking.
You can go to the hangar bay and take a look. It's fun.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Alright, so what you do see is when you walk down there, this very large square container. You move around it cautiously, of course, told to stay away from it. But it's got these rounded edges. So imagine a huge cube, and in the center of each of the face, there's like these rounded edges, like someone had stuffed a cylinder inside of it, and it's protruding out in the 4 corners. As you make its way to the northern face, and you look up, you see it's domed at the top. Even though there are still square points, it is still a cube. And at the front is a large glass panel, maybe 5 inches wide, but from top to bottom of this cube, which stands at about 11, 12 feet. As you walk, there is a panel. Also, there is a panel next to the glass. And there is some old Imperial alphabet panel. It's 5 by 5. And there is a green light. You can see the casings of a red light next to it. Sorry, yeah, there's the red light is on. Sorry, and there's the casing of the green light next to it. As if typing the right code would unlock said container. But it is huge. It is like I say, 12 foot squared. Yeah, so like 12 foot by 12 foot. Except it has these odd shapes. Like I said, as if someone had stuffed a cylinder inside of a cube.
Mm-hmm.
You look through the panel, or can see through the panel, but it's not lit in there.
Mm-hmm.
This is your cargo.
Spacecraft go.
So I've checked for the answer to my original question.
Sorry, I forgot that. No, it's not
I went there
explosive.
to look to see if there was if they'd sabotaged anything.
No, you
while
don't
they were
see
on there.
any explosives. You don't see any changes. This odd cargo object in the center of the hangar bay.
It's so tempting to scan it, but I won't for now.
Should we look? I know it's a bit naughty, but
I'm quite tempted to find out, but maybe best not to. It's your ship. I'll let you decide.
the best honor the contract. You're right. Sorry, quick slip. Press the button on the intercom system. Mr. Everest,
Yes.
I don't suppose you're ready to, anchor up and whatnot.
Well, yeah, I'll do the navigation calculations, and then we'll drive. Or
Alright.
fly.
Yeah, the rust monster takes off. I'm assuming you're heading towards the arc gate.
Yes.
Nice. Okay, so you head towards Dyson 8's arc gate. A huge.
Are we?
Well,
We
that's
can't
I
arc
wasn't
gate.
allowed to use.
You're allowed to
No,
use the
we
arc
can
gate.
arcade. We can't arc drive. Jesus Christ.
Oh, okay.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah,
Didn't
so
know if that wasn't
arc gates are
going to be the same
fine.
thing.
They're self-contained. You'll see when we use one in a second. Arc drives are things that go on ships that just cause massive energy spikes and then cause people to instantly travel the specific points within Titan's reach. Right? They're like having your warp drive or your anything like that. Where arc gates are just gates that take you from one place to another.
Yeah, I didn't know if they weren't just arc drives that were pointing from one specific place to another, like a public service, but the same technology. That's why I was wondering if that was going to be the same.
You know,
But okay, cool.
If you ever get to afford an arc drive, you can see what they do. Yeah, because if you weren't to use the arc gate, this would take some time to get. Probably
Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
die before you even got there of old age. Alright, so yeah, as you are travelling towards the arc gate, some few hours travel away, you can see it in the distance, a kind of like eerie green dot, grow bigger as the time goes by.
This is your pilot speaking. I'm hammered.
That doesn't sound ideal.
Well, at least it's only got to, I don't know, go straight. We could be in trouble if there were, any proverbial bumps in the road.
I haven't really had much time to get settled in. Is there a cabin for me here, I assume?
Oh, yes, absolutely. First officer's quarters, for a first officer. Let me show you the way.
There you go, there's the map of the ship.
Presume the double
This
will
one
be...
has a double bed.
Oh, that's mine, sorry.
Are you sure? I'm sure there's a bigger room upstairs.
Is there? Michael getting confused.
I'm sure there was a captain's quarters somewhere on here that was bigger. I can't remember what.
Liam,
Maybe I'm going mad. I mean, it's not Liam. I did it.
alright,
I didn't make the map. I didn't make that. I gave that to Rocket.
When was it? Or did I cut it off in the end?
Oh no. Fucked over your own character.
Oh no.
Definitely not, I can't say it.
Oh no.
We see a copy and pasted square appear on the side of the ship.
Just trying
It's
out.
just like, not even like aligned properly.
Stuck on the
It's
side, yeah.
Yeah, it's just literally just like glued. Sorry, you'll have to take one of these. This one's... Oh, no, don't go in there. That one's Everest. Try this one. Show you the next one along. This one's got a sofa in it.
That would be suitable, thank you.
No problem. If you need anything, we've got various things. Look, feel free to have a little explore. It's best if you do so. I'll probably be up on the bridge, but not in the cockpit, you know.
Sure. I'll have a look around, familiarize myself.
Alright, so as you approach the art gate, the first advertisements begin. You know those scenes in Cowboy Bebop where they approach the gates and there's just tons of these holographic adverts that begin to surround your ship, advertising beer, tobacco, goods, and at some points a actual kind of mini shuttle drives up, like beside your air hatch, and you see this guy holding a sign saying fruit, fresh fruit, trying to like sell you before you go. As you ignore him, you do pass by like what's known as solitude bars, these huge floating platforms with actual atmosphere, and you can see that people are drinking and partying, and there are ships kind of docked beneath it, like bloated insects attached to the bottom of the platforms. And as you drive past, you are directed, the ship, like as you radio in Everest and say your destination of Bastholme, the ship is now no longer under your control. As you join the queue, it's just these huge rings, like maybe 400, 500 foot in diameter, and as you approach one, from either sides of these rings, huge scaffolders and gantries come out and attach to your ship. This is so that when you are travelling, you are not blown out of the arc wall, or the arc cylinder, arc tube, whatever you want to call it. If you are, there's rumours that you never come back. However, as you are inside the huge ring, it begins pushing you forward. It's like almost mechanical. There are about maybe 500 ships ahead of you, and maybe you've got an hour's wait, but you can see it up ahead from where you are, Everest. As you sit there drinking in the cockpit, up ahead you keep seeing flashes of green as every ship is kind of like attached and then shot through the arc gate. It does take you a while, and after a while you all begin to realise you're about to go through an arc gate. You get that feeling, that static. Hairs on your arms begin to rise, and you'll brace yourselves as you'll hear the locking mechanisms around you. The ship shakes and shudders and vibrates, and then there's that green, eerie glow that passes through the ship. It's just like a wall of light that just passes through you all. And as it does, that static goes, and immediately you all kind of jolt forward as the ship is shot into arc space. From outside, you lean back and admire the lights, Everest. From your cockpit, you see what can only be described as the northern lights going at light speed from all directions. And you see the ring around you that you attach to spinning at unfathomable speeds, so much so that it blurs into one single grey light ring. And you just lean back. This has been a trip like arc space. You've been in it many, many times. And you just enjoy the sights. You know the journey's going to take you exactly 1 hour, no matter where you are in time. Arc space seems to always be the same length. Always 1 hour. 60 minutes. So as you settle back, is there anything anyone would like to do for the 1 hour that they're in arc space?
Any of you be good with repairs?
Me.
Hey, if you could, and I'll lift up my shirt. She got me pretty good here, and I can't fix that myself. And chance you might be able to, I don't know, sort that out.
Oh, sure. What am I looking at here?
Basically, I'm like half machine, and I can't heal unless someone repairs me for some of my damage.
I know engineering, so I can give it a go.
Yeah, it's an intellect check, right? I mean, you can argue with me about what you think would help. It's very peculiar because you've never actually fixed Cybernetics before, right? So
no, but she's pretty good at learning things, and by pretty good, she's a beast at it.
Each time you start full health, the first 5 points of damage you take can never be healed in ways that recover normally. Instead, you must use repairing skills and abilities to restore those points. For example, if you start with a full might pool of 10 and take 8 points damage, you can recovery rolls to restore 3 points, but the remaining 5 points must be restored with repair tasks. Yeah, so you make a repair task.
Okay.
And your engineering, I don't think would actually help.
Fair enough.
How many points of damage have you taken so far?
2.
Oh, so level 2. Easy. So, Tane sits down on the desk, and immediately, Ali, you begin to get to work. Do you have any assets that will help, like any equipment?
I have... No, just a book. I can't remember what that does, though.
The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Shattered Worlds.
Yes.
What the fuck? I'm looking at your character. Spacecraft Engineering Volume 6. Flying by the seat of your pants. What the... Yeah, okay, so just the difficulty 2. Repair check using intellect.
Is it just a roll intellect, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Ooh, you needed to get a 6.
Wow, I can't roll for shit. Can I try again?
No.
We've got time, haven't we?
Once every 24 hours.
Ouch. Sorry, I can't work this out.
Alright.
Look, I think we better wait for a moment. I think if I do any more, I might, zap ya.
I think by rules, you can try and get someone else to try and do it, but for the last hour, you've been trying to repair. It's just not really.
Can he do it on himself?
I don't think you can.
Lore-wise, I'm going to say no. Like, I feel like it's better if he needs someone else.
Mm-hmm.
Look, I'll try again tomorrow, and I'll get my toolkit out of the back. Hopefully that'll work.
Yeah, right. It's nothing serious anyway. Thanks.
Probably do something with this bit here, and
Yeah, because
I think that's your gut.
by the time you guys finish, we would be exiting Arc space. So we'll move over to Everest. Are you just going to be chilling in the cockpit, watching the lights go by?
Is there... Can you do long-distance phone calls while you're traveling through the arcade?
No. Alright, so that's one thing you can't do in Arc space, is use instant communication light travel. Does not work. It's a different...
Just what...
What's been theorized is a different dimension entirely. Like, not...
Okay, he's just watching porn then.
Space porn. Anyway, Celeste.
Space porn. Do we take a rest? Can I do a 10-hour
Yeah.
rest?
You would take an hour, up to an hour's rest, yeah.
What does an hour's rest do again?
Well, it's on the sheet, isn't it?
I can click it. I don't know what it does. I don't know how it works, honestly.
Where is it on the sheet again?
It's in the middle. Do I just press roll? What happened here? Recovery 2. It just says 2.
So yeah, you rolled for your first recovery roll. You rolled a 2, so you can restore 2 to any of your pulls.
Okay, I'll do the second one then, the 10-minute one as well.
Yep.
5, 9, and then the 1 action one as well. Okay. I guess that's fine.
Yeah. You do the 1 action, the 10 minutes, and then the 1 hour. Cool. All right, Celeste. What about you? What would you be doing for the hour?
Well, I'll start with the 1 action,
Yep, that's fine.
then the 10 minutes, and that'll be done. So, I presume you just add this to any old pool or whatever.
Yeah, you can restore it the way you want. You can mix and match, do whatever you want.
Yep, alright. And then with the remaining 50 minutes, she will explore the ship, get to know it, and then make herself comfy in a new room.
Ah, okay, nice. Yeah, and after that hour's done, there's that sound that you always hear at the end of the Arcgate journey of the disc slowing down, the whirring that you've become used to, that white noise just kind of dies down, and then you begin to hear the clanking of the machine, and then the locking mechanism as the ring is put into place on the opposite arc gate. There's that green light that floods from the other side this time. And your ship disconnects from the scaffolding and floats out of the arc gate on the other side. Okay, welcome to Bastholme, people. So the first thing you do see in Bastholme is the flicker of a tiny star in the centre. Where the arc gate lets you out, you see a white dwarf. But then the shadow of something immense. And as you guys travel towards what's known as the fortress. As you approach, you see the glittering of millions of tiny lights as it lights up a huge spaceport in a planetless system. As you approach, you immediately see the advertisements, the lights, the neon kind of tubing. This thing looks like a spinning top, an upside down spinning top, the only way I could describe it. And it just floats in orbit around this white dwarf some distance out. And you can see the thousands of ships docked here, the thousands of freighters coming your opposite way as they're heading towards the arc gate. And as you approach Bastholme's the fortress, Everest, you hear a voice come through.
Oh.
On the radio. Hailing the Rust Monster.
That's it, baby. Wait, what? Oh yeah, this is Everest. Arrived for Rust Monster. Call sign RUS Rust.
This is the Fortress Bay 619. You are clear to dock.
Thank you. Initiating docking sequence.
Charges will incur after 24 hours. Failure to pay will result in a parking ticket, enforceable by the House of Uncruel.
We're good, don't worry.
Should we get like a week pass?
No, we're good. Daddy will waive it.
She says her daddy will waive it. We're docking.
No.
Look, don't want to be like mean-spirited or something, but can we stop with that kind of stuff? We're meant to stay under the radar. I'm sure waving your name around isn't going to help with that.
Staying for longer than 24 hours will incur a 10 UGC fine.
Not a lot. That's really not a lot.
We'll come up with a cover name. Oh, that's so exciting.
Understood. And I'll kill the line and I start docking.
Alright, so as you dock into the fortress, the first thing you notice, if no one's been here, is as you approach, it takes maybe 15 minutes to approach, the thing just gets phenomenally massive. It's colossal. As you approach and you begin to dock, it's just walls of grey and sheets of grey steel. And containers, like freighter containers, just float in free space all around you, and you have to maneuver slightly around them as you see like shuttles come out, grab the containers and begin rearranging them onto the back of huge freighters. And as you pull in, you see the Imperial signs everywhere. Like painted on the side of the fortress, painted on the sides of containers. Moment. You see the symbol of Arctech on several different ships. You see the Arc weights, like huge blue shield, which Alia, you would be familiar with. Obviously, these are the houses you are familiar with.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Most importantly, the shield and two swords of your own house on several different ships. And as you dock in, there's that vibration. Welcome to the fortress. Immediately at your hangar bay door, you now have access. Fortress. Huge spaceport, which anything, as far as you're aware. Market, nights out, got like people born and live here. It's its own city.
I was a lot easier than expected.
It's a really wonderful place, honestly. I've been here once before.
Okay, does that mean you know where to go?
I was quite young.
Oh,
Right?
Is anyone familiar with the name that we need to deliver this to?
What was it again?
It's a good question. I assumed, as the captain, you had taken the information.
I'm kind of new at this business.
My apologies. I'll keep better records in the future then.
Yes. Please, actually, that would be
We have
pretty
our own-
handy.
Yeah, okay.
He's gonna be a dick about it.
Andrea Meffort.
What year are we in?
Oh, fuck off.
I'm just gonna say.
I genuinely do know the year. You just have to
Go
give
on
me a
then, tell me,
second.
sir.
Alright, so the first note is: the game begins in the year 5125. Terra Prima.
Amazing. Then please excuse the rustling of my mic. I'm just taking a COVID 5000 test.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Right, so the first thing that happens as you would leave the ship is you would note that at your cargo bay door, a apprentice order of the... One moment. Yeah, an apprentice of the Order of the Titan stands at the gate ready to basically not inspect you, look upon you.
Passport control.
Yeah. So the knowledge that you would have of the Order of the Titan, they're like... The Titans are like the enforcers of the Imperial houses. They are their own separate kind of religious sect that kind of keep the Imperial space safe. The Titans and also their brothers and sisters known as Paladins are powerful individuals. However, these are apprentices, and the moment that hangar bay door opens, you see a scrawny looking kid as far as you're concerned, dressed in the surcoat and the blues of the Order of the Titan. You see the reaching clenched hand white painted onto the surcoat, and you see the pauldrons, and you see he has a submachine gun on a leather belt in his hand, and he just stands upright. Doesn't say a word, but just looks you all up and down. He's wearing a pair of glasses that you can see like a heads-up display moving across. But he says nothing, and he stands aside and lets you into the corridor.
Well, before we even get anywhere near that, Everest, does the system have a directory of addresses for residents here?
does it, Liam?
You don't know. You can
I'll check.
You could make a computer check with your intellect.
Well,
Difficulty free.
yeah, I'm not particularly invested in this, and I don't have any more rests, so I'm just gonna blue ball it. Nope.
You do try to bring up some sort of directory, but the moment you bring it up, it's just inundated with so much information. You type in the name Andrea Meffort, and you don't receive any information.
Sorry, this ship runs on Linux, and I'm only really familiar with Apple OS.
I think I know. I think I know what your problem is. Do you see? You've done the search here. It is a porn site.
Oh no, that was on purpose.
I don't think you'll find him there. May I?
Please go ahead. Don't close the tab.
Can I try and have a look?
You may make a computer check. Just difficulty free. Nice. Alright, so with an 18, you begin typing in the name Andrea Meffort. and you receive three different people with residence here with that same name.
Okay.
It's very peculiar. Yeah, I was about to say, you do notice that they've all got very similar birth dates, just different years.
Okay. Any addresses or anything like that?
There are email, like basically communication addresses attached. When it comes to an address, all three are labelled as the Lady Luck Inn.
Okay. Well, I guess this is a starting point. We should try to go here.
Looks like one, really. I guess it's tied itself up into a neat little bow.
Hopefully there will be an information terminal inside. We can find this place.
So yeah,
Take the space van.
Do we have one of those?
We have a space van.
yeah, you're
I
not.
don't know how suitable it will be to fly inside.
Yeah. It's going to be difficult to fly around inside the fortress.
Fine, no space van.
Let's walk.
Walking and talking. I could watch a whole film about walking. Anyway, yeah, so you leave, you see the apprentice, Titan. He leads you towards an elevator, which takes you up one floor to a huge kind of like subway terminal, where you can take different other trains, different parts of the fortress. And you see there's about 18 different terminals, different parts. You're after the nightlife, or after the Lady Luck Inn. You do find a terminal, type it in, and find out where you need to go. Mm-hmm. And within 20 minutes, the entire crew, all of you, are at the end of a very cramped subway kind of journey. And as you approach, you see these cramped confines, tunnels, and the only way I can describe it actually is like the restaurant alleys and club alleys in Japan. They're very kind of low, claustrophobic, but it's got character. You can see steam issuing from different vents and different pipes as you walk by. Neon signs hang down from small, cramped restaurants, and you see different bars. At one point, a guy walks past. He's got a necklace that dangles down to like a, I don't know how I can describe it. It's like a platform filled with holes, and there are test tubes in these holes filled with some sort of liquid, and he goes, "Hey, you want to get drunk? You get drunk on my special sauce. 10 USG to jizz credits, and you can have one of these." And he just walks past. And people.
Don't talk to these earlier, they give you STDs.
Oh, it sounds delicious.
At one point, one guy walks past. He's holding up some sort of alien creature by the legs. It's been defeathered, and he's like, "Hey, please, come get your fresh poultry." And eventually, you guys find your way to a long strip of bars. You have to climb up some gantries. You know, sidle past people as the air is thick with smoke. It smells like drink. Somewhere nearby, one of the filter systems must have overflowed because there is a strong smell of piss. And eventually, you come to the Lady Luck Bar. It is one single story on top of this gantry. It's surrounded by barbed wire fences that make its walls. Inside are steel tables that have been what look like riveted to the ground. And as you approach, a 4-armed mutant bars the door, but he's dressed in a tux, just to look smart. As you approach, he looks down and he's got like shaved sides, spiky Mohican, eyes that are kind of inky black. "Can I help you?"
We're just looking for a drink.
"A
We
drink?
have credits.
We have credits." He looks behind and you see the bar's like a bit empty and dead. There is a barkeep.
I actually have 12,000 credits. Is that enough?
Excuse me?
12,000. Is that enough for a drink for me and my group?
She's joking. She doesn't understand the currency.
Oh, doesn't she? I just heard that she might have 12,000 credits.
We do, don't we? Each.
She has a brain aneurysm.
Well, if you've got 12,000 credits, come on in. And he takes a shitty frayed rope from one side of the barbed wire and lets you in. And as you walk in, closes it again, folds the bottom arms, and then the second set of arms follows suit. And he walks up to the barkeep, who's a human woman, kind of dark tan skin, bald head, except for the kind of faint lines of it regrowing. She's got deep brown eyes, a heavy ridged brow, and she's got tattoos along her chin that kind of mark maybe a clan on a planet, or it's a very tribal look. And he whispers something to her. Anyone want to overhear?
If we can, then yeah.
Yeah,
We can, yeah.
If anyone's got any perception skills, this will help, but it'll be difficulty 5.
Let me have a look. See. I've got an inability in perception.
Difficulty 6 for you.
She has no fucking idea, but I'll roll it anyway.
Is it possible, with all my skills of stealth and trickery and the like, that I can use that to sneak a bit closer to be able to hear better?
Yeah, but it'll be difficult. Like, if you fail this, he probably won't whisper at all.
Well, if we can't hear it, then we can't hear it anyway, so I might as well try, right?
Yeah, make a stealth.
Oh dear.
As you get closer, he turns, then just goes quiet.
Alright.
He does wander off, though. Behind the bar, there seems to be a sort of ladder that leads up the side of the wall, and up that is a huge vent, and he barely can fit in. It's a very comical kind of situation. He opens up a vent, then you see him squeeze his shoulders, and that's all that's left is his arse, and then he pushes himself through and disappears into the vent. The woman does walk up to you. Howdy, y'all. I'm assuming you'll all be having the only drink we have on order. We like to call it toilet water, but it don't taste like toilet water. He just immediately places
What do you call it that?
4 mess tins onto the table, like you're drinking out of just tins. And she reaches behind and grabs a jug and pours this viscous black liquid tins.
Mm-hmm.
It's metaphorical.
Now, we do have slightly more expensive liquor. You're willing to part with the gold credits. I don't judge where you come from. I'm not one of those types. As in, we have bottled liquor.
I will take
I'll take
one
a
of
sip.
those.
Sorry.
No, go for it, mate.
I was just going to take a sip of the black stuff just to see what it's like.
OT, but with a kick.
Alright, I'll do.
Imagine a thick Guinness, like a proper thick Guinness.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. And she goes, okay, well, they will cost you 2 credits apiece.
2?
Yeah, 2.
100 or 1,000?
Sorry, what?
She's getting the conversions wrong all the time. Don't worry about it.
I have a brain aneurysm.
Well, enjoy your drinks.
It's really tragic when they get them this young.
If you are after any food, just give me a holler.
Thank you. Does it get any busier?
Yeah, you've arrived at second shift. Most people from first shift have gone home, and most people from second shift are currently working.
It's good. We're off-world, so, we're just looking to have some fun and hopefully
I
a
can
better
tell.
atmosphere.
I can tell you're off-world.
Of course.
Now, what does make me curious is you seem like a bit of a haphazard bunch, and she places one friendly hand on Alia's shoulder. And then she slides from one shoulder to the other, keeping eye to eye with Alia. Gone brought someone, don't really fit in around here. Gestures with one hand. She, one of those Imperial types. And I know that we are in Imperial space, but we are, we'd like to think of ourselves as outside.
She's a runaway.
This tastes awfully good. This, what did you call it?
Toilet water.
Oh, it's wonderful. Anyway, yes, you're right. I'm not from around here. I'm from. I presume she's from Terra Prima, right?
She does not look like she's from Terra Prime. She wouldn't be from one of the main planets. She could have been from she's definitely an Imperial.
Well, she's main branch family of Onkrul. So
oh, you're talking about yourself. Sorry. Yeah. You are definitely through and through Terran. Yeah. The most Terran of Terrans.
Is that the central planet, Terra Prima?
Yeah, Terra Prima is the central planet.
Oh, you're right, miss. I'm from Terra Prima. This is just wonderful.
You're welcome.
I have a ship, but don't check the search history.
I wouldn't dare. So, food, or are you just partaking in beverages?
Just the drink is fine for now.
And another one of these, please.
Of course. Yeah, so some time goes by where you guys are just enjoying the drink, and it's an atmosphere of busyness, even though second shift has started. You've got a continuous sound of whirring, distant fans, hissing pipes, and eventually the four-armed mutant returns and walks up.
Can we help you?
Yeah, you can. You ever been to Dyson 8? Specifically Tempeton?
We might have passed through.
We've been there.
Yeah. I thought you might have.
Why are you asking?
The boss wants to know. He's, expecting people.
It wouldn't happen to be... I'll say the name, I've clearly forgotten again.
Andrea Mafort.
Wouldn't happen to be Andrea, your boss?
Yeah. That
Then
would
we
be
are
her. Well, she'll see you soon. Finish your drinks. She's in no rush.
Good. I don't think we are either.
That is great. How easy was that? We should do work like this more oftentimes. Get me another toilet water, please, miss.
Another toilet water. Another toilet water coming right up. And it's delivered straight to you. She just pours it straight out the jug. It gets to the point at the bottom of the jug where she actually has to use a butter knife to cut it off. Stop the pour.
That's why I drink on the journey. So I'm on top of my game.
You ask your boss why this place looks like an upside down table spinner. Because there's no upside or downside in space, is there? So how can it be upside down?
Is she drunk?
I think she might be.
Well, the toilet
Right
water
now, you
is...
didn't you hear?
Oh,
She
yeah.
seems just like usual to me.
Toilet water is 20 proof.
It is delicious. I'll have another one, please.
Yep, she pours you another.
and let's go speak to the
This
boss.
and now this time, this is the last part of the jug. She does give you a spoon. Just slops it down into the mess tin.
No, I guess I can fit in pudding.
Alright, after a while, you are led up to that same ladder that the bouncer had climbed through. It's like up to the vent, but most of you do better at getting through than he did. To Everest. Everest is in a spacesuit.
It's perfectly reasonable to be in a spacesuit, okay?
Yeah,
You're making it out to be this ridiculous thing, but everyone should really be in a spacesuit, okay?
Yeah, but like most people have like those artifacts that are just like face masks that they just press.
In
a button.
space, wouldn't you just call it a suit?
Oh my god! Don't make me GM intrusion you.
I feel like I already have, giving my character toilet water. What was all that about?
Dude, what the fuck?
She's fucked though.
Okay, so as you, who's going first? Actually, I should ask that.
I'll
The
go
captain.
last.
I will go up the stairs. Up.
Right, brilliant. And as you reach the top of the vent, I'm through. It's like a 10 foot of just spacious tunnel, and at the far end there is a broken fan that's not turning. And you climb down from the other side. It's like a small lip onto a table and down into an office. The area is probably about 15 foot by 15 foot with some shelving, and lounging on a sofa is a Terran. And I'm assuming Celeste comes second. He's this.
Fourth.
Oh, fourth, sorry. Tane then.
Yeah.
Yeah, and as you enter the
She
office...
doesn't want to risk going up a ladder in a dress in front of Everest. She's seen his porn habits.
That's very true. Yeah, so Andrea is very nondescript. In fact, the moment you walk in and settle in, it's hard to remember any details about her face. The moment you look away, you forget and look back. She stands, and for all intents and purposes, you see the flickering illusion of a beautiful Terran woman, what would be typical for beauty, past beauty in Terra. That would be pale, almost too pale marble white skin, blonde hair, violet eyes, very, very slender, almost too tall. But really, those of you with a discerned eye or even trained perception see that she's wearing a masking device. And her voice comes out in different accents I'm not going to do fucking 1,000 accents, but every sentence it changes. And she tells you to take a seat. And then begins to explain that she will be there to help you pass this cargo onto its next journey.
Okay.
Do you have any questions to ask her?
As of right now, not really.
Okay. She begins to explain. The cargo must pass to Greenhome.
Mm-hmm.
From Greenhome to Holdfast. Holdfast to Fear. You'd like me to draw that on the map for you guys so you don't forget?
If we could just see the map, that would be a good start.
Yeah, you should be able to navigate to it. I've allowed it so you can just click it whenever you...
No, it doesn't show.
Oh, there you go. You should be able to just go to world map whenever you want now.
Can we also have the rust monster as well as that option?
Yes, you may.
Lovely, thank you.
I love going to the Rust Monster.
So now you can see the journey.
And when you say you will be there, in what capacity?
Do you have the instant light communication device?
We do.
Hand it over. Out of hand.
Hand it to her.
Yeah, she presses the button, opens up the sphere. She begins programming in her communication detail. Should have Andrea's communication, so you can contact her whenever. Ideal in black market goods here. This is just a precaution. Difficult masking device. It's really difficult to look at. I don't trust anyone, and that's how I stayed alive for so long. In Greenholm, you will have to find another arc gate. He says that once you reach Greenholm, there's another arc gate on the opposite side of the system. You need to take that. Carry on to Holdfast. When you reach Fear, I need to open up my notes. You need to pass the cargo on to Dr. Jared. And that is all you need to know now.
Jar,
Okay, so
yeah?
enough.
Alright, you can do that.
Anything we should know for the journey?
There's a silence. Best not to stop.
Okay.
Nice.
May I visit your ship before you leave?
Yes, you can. That's lovely.
It does seem suspicious. Why?
No, come aboard. Don't listen to him. He watches porn.
Okay, that's a bit personal.
I helped secure the cargo, but have never laid eyes upon it.
That's not whether you pay for the Wi-Fi bill and you get
no.
all of the.
No one's allowed to look at it. It's supposed to stay in a box.
He is correct.
Once. Okay. There's a silence, and it's awkward. For some reason, it drags out.
Let's open it together.
I don't know.
I don't wish to open it, Andrea said. I just wish to look at it.
What will that get you? I mean, it's just a box.
To look at it proper, you would have to open it.
I understand. I have ways of looking into it. It is your duty to get it to where it is, and if you say I cannot look at it, then I will not look at it.
What interests you so about it?
I put a lot of money and funding in finding it.
Mm-hmm.
My part here is just to help you get it from here to Fear. If I do that, I am paid handsomely to look at it.
Curiosity. Right. Well, you're not a cat, but still. Caution's better in this case, I think.
Oh, as we speak, something is being attached to your ship. Be alarmed. He points towards the thing that is something very similar. Just to get past Greenholm. Afterwards, you need to be deactivated.
How?
Very well.
How would one deactivate it?
I'm sure your pilot will find out.
I'm
I got
sure
this.
you'll find out. Look at him. I don't think he's been out of that suit for. What is it now?
No, I took off the pants earlier.
Ugh. Anyway, piloting, sure thing. Everything else better be safe. So what exactly do we need to do to deactivate it?
But it should be installed. You can activate whenever you want.
And how does one do that?
Do you really not How are you piloting?
I'm not, but he's drunk.
But I'm sure he'll know how to... Honestly.
Yeah, I know. I'm good. Look, I'm good.
These are the people that Kerry found?
I keep saying it. I'm good.
Alright then.
Look, it's a masking drive. That's all.
Uh-huh.
Oh, we're not supposed to use any drives with the thing that we've got. But you can't
That's
look.
just an arc drive, Captain. Don't worry.
Right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Well, if there's nothing else for us, we should probably leave as soon as possible.
Well, you could wait around some time for it to be completed, and you could...
Do you have any toilet water?
Yes, I can give you some. But you can rest on your own ship, it's fine. And you can continue the journey later.
How long do you envisage the install to take?
A few hours.
Very well. Captain, I think if you want more toilet water, we should probably have it on the ship.
Right.
Alright, so just so you know, Everest, the masking drive basically gives the ship trained in stealth.
Oh, good.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's good. I myself am also a very stealthy person.
Can we have a few of these to go?
What are you pointing at? Toilet waters.
The drinks.
Yeah, she just gives you the jug.
Just
you can
picking
keep
up
the
booze
jug.
everywhere we go.
Yeah, and then you're collecting it.
It's vital for space journey. What's fuel like in this reality?
Not a problem. Unless you have an arc drive.
Okay, so we don't have to worry about refueling stations, shit like that.
Not unless your reactor is broken. Damaged. On which, yes, then it will become very expensive. Because mainly when you buy a ship, you're buying that reactor.
Yeah.
Yeah, most of the cost is the reactor, and then the ship is just a shell that goes round it, right? So, yeah, so that's about it. And you can pick up any supplies here if you want.
Okay. Well, if we concluded,
Nods.
Peace and honor be on your family.
Okay, so the drunk captain climbs out the vent, followed by the rest of you, back into the bar itself, the Lady Luck Inn. And I'm assuming you're heading back home, or are you staying here for a bit?
Alright, I'll just be
I'm going to lead the captain with the jug back to the ship.
Okay, right. So heading back to the ship. I think as you head back to the ship, we'll go ahead and end the session there. No cliffhanger, no massive surprise. We'll just end it there now.
We're just going to a ship.
Yeah.
Yes.
Raising the ship on
anticlimactic.
fire, that would be...
Yeah, you arrive back to the ship and bang, a black hole appears! No, that's... GM intrusion, a black hole swallows the ship! However, I will say you can all get 1 experience point for that.
Oh, nice.
Seeing as we didn't get
How many
many...
do I need to get to, what's it called, next
Right.
tier?